Hello, my name is Devin from Micro Center, and today I want to talk about how to change the look and feel of Windows 7. I think Windows 7 did a very good job making it a lot easier for the user to make personalization changes. And one thing I really enjoyed was how they integrated the previews into any change that you made. So as you make theme changes or background changes or color changes, you'll see them real time on your screen so that you can say, oh, I like this one, or I know I don't. And all you have to do is select a new color or press cancel to revert it back to how you had it. So now let's talk about how to start these personalization changes on your computer. So to access the personalization menu, just like with Windows Vista, all you have to do is right click onto the screen and select Personalize. And the first thing that will pop up is actually themes now. And you can now browse through all the different themes that are pre-loaded onto your computer, or scroll all the way on the bottom to load the Windows Classic theme in case you want to get a similar look and feel of Windows XP. Now, if your computer is a little lacking in resources, or you just want to speed it up a little bit faster, you can also choose the Windows 7 Basic theme. And what this will do is tune down the graphical effects that Windows 7 has added, like transparencies and font shadows, so that pages will load a little bit faster and you can get things done a little bit easier. Also, with some of the presets of themes, the backgrounds will change every 30 minutes or so. But you can change that by clicking on the button, Desktop Background. And under Desktop Background, you can now select the background that you want either from the preloads. You can now browse your picture folder for one that you really want to use, or the easiest thing is to right-click any picture you have on your computer or on any website and setting them to your desktop background. From this menu set as well, you can change whether you stretch, fill, or tile your picture depending on how you want to lay it out. Once you find the picture you want, all you have to do now is just save the changes, or if you want to revert it back to how you had it, just press cancel or the back button and it'll change it back for you. Now if we press cancel or the back button, it'll take us to the theme page again, where we can now select window colors. Now by pressing the cancel or the back button, we'll get back to the main themes page. And from here we can now select window colors. Now with window colors, what this will do is it'll change the color of the borders around the windows you have open, as well as the taskbar color. And as you click through the different colors, you'll actually get to preview them real time on your desktop so that you can decide whether or not you like that color or not. After you've selected the window color that you like, you can save the changes or press cancel if you don't want to make any changes, and it'll take you back to the Windows theme page. From here, now we can change your screensaver options. And so I do highly recommend to set a screensaver so you don't burn in images into your monitor. So by selecting the drop-down menu, you can browse through all the different screensavers that are preloaded on your computer. And you can also change how long it takes for the screensaver to activate once the computer's been idle. Also, you have the option of when you resume your computer, it'll take you to the Windows login page rather than to your desktop. So if you have a password, it'll prevent people from logging onto your computer while you are away. Now once you've selected a screensaver in the right settings, you can press OK. Or cancel if you don't want to make any changes, and it'll take you back to the themes page. From here, we can now make some modifications to the taskbar and start menu, which is a link at the lower left-hand corner of the personalization window. You can also access this menu by right-clicking onto the taskbar and selecting Properties. From here, we can now change the default location of the taskbar, whether you want to leave it at the bottom of the screen, you can now change it to the left, right, or top of the screen as the default location. One thing that they did take out of the taskbar are the quick launch buttons. And what they have done instead is they've called them pinning. And so you can now right click onto any program or a shortcut and pin them to the taskbar, and that will effectively be the new quick launch. One thing they added to the pinned programs down there is when you scroll your cursor over to those programs, it'll actually show a preview window of them now, so that you can quickly go through and select the right window that you want to work on. Also, if you right-click onto those icons, you can now also choose the most recently open files of those. So if you are right-clicking onto Internet Explorer, you will actually look at the last visited websites, or if you right-click onto Windows Media Player, you'll be able to see your last played songs. Also under the taskbar menu, you can disable and enable what is called Arrow Peek. And what Arrow Peek will do is it's a way for you to see the desktop without minimizing everything. And so to get a feel of what that is, all you have to do is scroll your mouse over to the Show Desktop button, which is at the lower, actually it's at the far right-hand side of the taskbar. And when you hover it over, it'll make everything transparent on your screen. So you can disable or enable that feature here in the taskbar Properties tab. In the Start menu tab, we now have the option of changing how the power button functions on the Start menu. By default, it is set to shut down to turn off your computer, but you can now set it to hibernate, sleep, restart, lock, log off, or switch user depending on what you like to use the most. And finally, I want to talk about gadgets. In Windows Vista, it's a little difficult to manage your gadgets on the screen. But under Windows 7, they made it very easy by adding it to the right-click menu on the desktop. So when you right-click on the desktop, you can now select the gadgets directly. Once the Gadgets menu has opened up, you can add any of the gadgets to your screen by simply double-clicking on them or dragging and dropping them onto your desktop into a location of your choice. Now once you have the gadgets on your screen, you can close them by clicking on the X, which is on the upper right-hand corner of the gadget, or you can also set it to a larger size by using the next button underneath the X. If you want to reduce it back down to size again, you can reselect that button again and it will minimize it. Alright, thank you for watching.